Hey Jane, now that you have your license, I think it's time we head to the dealership to buy you a car.
No way, Ma! Thank you so much!
No problem, dear. We're also going to have to get you insured. I'm deciding not to add you onto my auto policy, despite possibly qualifying for a multi-vehicle discount, because having you on my policy at this time means that my insurance company will be taking on more liability risk and, in turn, will charge me a much higher rate. I also feel that having your own policy will help you understand the importance of safe driving and auto insurance.
That's not fair! I'm a great driver!
While you might think you're a good driver, you, along with other teens, are the biggest phone users and least experienced drivers. That combination alone is responsible for 11 teen deaths every day in the U.S. and countless accidents, which cost the insurance companies millions of dollars. Accidents will happen, of course, but it's your job to take as many preventative measures as you can to make sure you're safe while driving. We need to set up some ground rules for you while driving. The rules should be followed by all drivers, not just you and other teen drivers. Rule number 1. There should be absolutely no cell phone usage while driving. No talking, texting, scrolling, or anything else on your cell phone. All cell phones should be put away out of reach, so you're not tempted to use them. Not only is this our rule, but it is illegal in most states.
Okay, Mom. I won't use my phone while driving.
Rule number 2. No driving without a seatbelt. When you are allowed to have passengers, it is your responsibility to make sure all your passengers wear a seatbelt, which brings us to rule number 3. In Maryland, you are not allowed to have passengers under the age of 18 for 151 days after your provisional license is issued, unless it's a family member who lives at our address. For now, our rule is no passengers in the car without getting your parents' permission first. Rule number 4. Make adjustments to the car before you start the engine. Adjust mirrors, seat, etc. Rule number 5. No speeding. Rule number 6. No driving after drinking alcohol. You've seen the totally annihilated cars the fire departments park outside their stations of the teens who have crashed their car after drinking and driving. Don't ever think, well, that won't happen to me. Those teens probably said the same thing.
No problem, Mom. I learned most of that in driving school anyways.
Good. We'll also need to discuss a curfew when you're out driving at nighttime.
A curfew? I'm not a kid anymore.
I know, but this is to keep you safe as a new driver from nighttime and tougher driving conditions until you and your father and I are more comfortable. It's smart in general to avoid driving at night due to slow response time and fatigue from everyone on the road, combined with your inexperience as a teen driver.
I guess. But can we discuss this again later after I've driven for a while?
Sure, we can discuss it later. You have to understand that at the end of the day, you are an inexperienced teen driver, even though you don't think you are. This means you haven't been on the road long enough to handle the different driving scenarios that may come up. Did you know that it takes about 1,500 skills to drive, including observation, perception, interpretation, anticipation, and more? Studies show that our brains are not fully developed until our mid to late 20s, which means your brain may not yet be fully equipped to make all the best judgments while driving.
How do I gain more experience in the different driving scenarios so I can be a better driver?
We'll continue to practice driving together so I can provide extra suggestions. Just remember not to get upset and mad at me when I give you suggestions. I'm trying to help you become a better driver. I will also look into some additional driver's education classes for you as well.
Mom, that's a lot of rules and training. I already have my license, so why do I need to keep taking courses? No one else's mom is making them do all this stuff.
It's important to take these courses and maintain a strong knowledge of the road rules to make sure you are as safe as possible when driving. I'm not anyone else's mom. I'm your mom, and I want you and your future passengers to be safe. The smallest distractions on the road can lead to an accident, the best outcome being small damage, small injuries, and an increase in your car insurance payments, and the worst case would be someone dying. No one wants either one of those. There are a lot of unexpected scenarios that you have to be ready for. Rain, sleet, snow, someone or a deer running out in front of the car, trees falling in the road, a drunk driver coming into your lane and we have nowhere to go. So many things can happen, and you have a split second to decide what to do. While we can't predict what will happen, we can try our best to prepare for some of the possibilities. That's why you need more training to become a more defensive and skilled, experienced driver.
I guess that makes sense.
Thanks, Mom.